Good morning, comic book fam. Good morning to another fantastic review. And today we're going to be talking about Thor issue number 10 by Donny. This is a nullified version of the cover. And I have to say one thing after reading this, and also after reading Thor 11, which we're going to review in the next video. I am slowly losing hope for Donny Cates. It's like cool that you're doing all of that stuff, but I start to dislike his narration, how he does certain things. He drags them. It's kind of like, he had a good start with this Thor, but he could have done so much more. And I don't know, I kind of know where this story is going. Hopefully I know. But so far, this new story arc is just, to be quite honest, I thought the Edward Blake character is going to be amazing and it's going to do stuff. But it's just predictable, and honestly, Jason Aaron, please come back to Thor, mate, please. Like, if you've read Jason Aaron's Thor, and she's now going to be doing Valkyries, which we've learned today, you will beg Jason Aaron to come back to Thor, because I really miss, like, Donny Cates is good in King in Black, is good in Venom, all those stories, but Thor, I just don't think that. Slowly, I'm losing hope. Hopefully, he's going to build that up. Because I'm still going to be buying Thor. I hope the book is going to get better. So, this is a bit of a low point in the story, and issue number 11 is a low point even more, to be honest, because of certain narration. So, but let's start with issue number 10. Issue number 10, if you remember right, Edward Blake defeated Loki, and this is part 2 of Prey. So, we see Edward Blake actually in front of, excuse me, I gotta swallow here, in front of the armory, right? All the weapons are here, the mystical weapons, and he's slowly monologuing to himself, going before I was the doctor, but it was all the lie, because I was just created, he's tearing up the book, because I was created just as a puppet. I am a puppet of Thor, and he was playing with me, but I have all his memories. But not all of them, to be honest. There are a few that I don't, when he was not a Thor, because there was a brief period of time when Jane Foster was a Thor. So, he keeps saying no more, no more, no more, and he's monologuing to himself. I enjoy those inner monologues, because they are building the character, right? But here, it's cool for a few pages, but there are certain panels that are repeated, like this whole thing. It gets me sometimes. Well, you could have, just skipped that part. Maybe not skip, shorten that part a bit, to have more stuff later. And that's kind of what Donny Cates does. The pacing of his books is really weird. I feel like if you read them, all at once, maybe the pacing is completely different, because then you're reading them all at once. But if you're reading a single issue, his pacing is drag, 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 drag. Something happens, drag, 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 drag. Shit happens, drag, 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 drag. So there are a lot of slow points in his run. And I've said that, when he started his run, and I keep saying that. It's he drags certain things, right? I thought the build up to Prey is going to be the 2-issue story arc with the Tony Stark and Thor, that everyone can lift his armor, which is issue number 7 and 8. But right now we go back to the word okay, so he's in front of this armory, right? And he's stretching this scene for infinity. So I don't know, so he can get readers busy. I don't know. Again, I like a lot of text in books, so I don't mind that. And as he's looking for 3 pages at all the armors, we see Sif, we see Beta Ray Bill actually be hey, you must be Edward Blake, stop right there, you can't, you're not leaving alive. So we got the stare down, of course, in between all of them. Edward Blake throws the axe, Beta Ray Bill grabs the axe right before Sif's face, and he's Beta Ray Bill, haven't seen you in a while, hello, and hello Sif. Oh, and then the other fella, which I forgot the name of, which I'll remind myself in a second, because he He is Volstagg, right? And here a quick history lesson. As we know, Beta Ray Bill was created and enchanted by Odin, right? To help Thor. Which pisses off Edward Blake because that's kind of how he got created. So, one thing that I don't know if Donny Cates actually talked to the writer of Beta Ray Bill that is coming out in March of that series. It seems like not, or they are like, hey, it's what's happening here, it's not gonna matter in those 2 months, which again, I don't like that. They should have, be like, hey, let's Donny maybe not do that because we have this series coming and the reader is just gonna know that it will not matter. What am I talking about? Well, we've got the first battle in between Edward Blake and Beta Ray Bill. And Beta Ray Bill just gets literally destroyed. He has an axe, Edward Blake has a scalpel, and he literally destroys Beta Ray Bill, which was supposed to be like, the new helper of Thor. And he goes like, hey, listen, so you were created out of Odin's magic, so I'm gonna take Odin's enchantment. And Beta Ray Bill is literally turned into like his old self without, the face, like the enchantment goes away. So my problem is that in 2 months, you're gonna have Beta Ray Bill back to normal because that's his story, right? And this goes in King in Black tie-in because he's gonna find another symbiotes. So it's kind of around this time here, which, I mean, hopefully it's, or maybe it's after. So there's going to be a point in time that he's going to be back into normal and he's going to be fine. So when you see this scene happening, it doesn't matter at all. Right? And it continues throughout, also 11. So it doesn't matter. And so we got, the battle. Sif comes back with every Asgardian, that is there that can fight. So we got a 2-page battle, right? Sif versus Edward Blake. Of course, Edward Blake beats them all. He beats Sif, takes her sword, and he sends them to hell. So you see, we got, again, what I want to tell you is 2 pages of action, actually like 2 pages literally of action. And we go back to slowing the pace, right? He sends them to hell, and again, slowing down the pace. They are in hell right now, they have no idea what to do, and, well, it's like, wow, he sent the whole Asgard there. So Asgard is no more, and Edward Blake, he goes back to Earth, he shaves his beard, and he's like, alright, let's meet some other friends. So at this point we go back to Thor, and the Thor actually finds Jormungand, which is a dragon that was supposed to be held in the same place as Edward Blake was, in this prison, so he will never go out and he would never actually destroy anything because Odin did that. And Jormungand says, to Thor, hey, listen, I screwed up. So what ended up happening was, I thought, Edward Blake can actually go and, destroy you. So I told him, hey, I can give you the dragon powers, so we can both escape and, kill everyone. I was cool. So Edward Blake said, cool, accepted that offer, but it also activated his inner powers of Odin, so he became more powerful than Jormungand. He kind of destroyed Jormungand, he beat him up, and now he's the most powerful being. So he's not only a dragon, but he's also a god at this point. And, he just goes back to town, he goes back to his old work, and he goes to the morgue, which, again, look at that, this slowing the pace again. It's alright, we need 3 pages of Edward Blake walking to the hospital. So he goes to the hospital, he goes to the morgue, because he wants to, visit his old friends. He goes excuse me, and we see a Jane Foster. So they met. And at this point, it's worth noting, the reader doesn't know that, but we learn that he has no idea that she was a Thor. They are just friends, right? really good to remember that. And that is the end of this issue. We got, of course, Hugin and Mugen and Moonin show, right? A great show as usual. But again, slowing the pace down. Sometimes the story feels like a stretch. I feel like the end is going to be anticlimactic because it's going to be, like winter, like endless winter stuff. Not endless winter. You see, I even forgot the name of that. That, he's going to kill Galactus in like a panel. So I feel like the whole battle, at the very end with Edward Blake is going to be like a panel or two or like a magical thing. So we don't yet know what is the motivation behind Edward Blake and meeting all his friends. Maybe he just wants to meet with his pals. He's like, hey, I'm back, hey, and I'm not Thor, I'm just, back, I just want to live my own life because everything was a lie. The book itself is a solid 6. It's a mediocre book, to be honest. I mean, you look at this book and the best thing is the cover. And there are like no high points of this book. Like, it's flat in terms of the story. I know you can go like, yeah, but he fought all those Guardians. But he beat them all in like a page. It kind of shows like, yeah, those Guardians are weak. Cool. Thor is whining for a page and he has no idea how to go back. Which Thor's whining is going to continue. It's just like, this is not a good Donny Cates story. I feel like the more I read that, I really want Jason Aaron, or I want a different writer on Thor, because I see he's going to another big event and he wants to go to another big event after King in Black. Right? He wants another huge event, only that he's gonna do, so he's gonna get credited and he's gonna do a lot of that. That's how this feels like. And I've thought the first Prey, right? So the issue number 9 was really good. We got a great battle, Edward Blake versus Loki, we got all of that stuff, But it's kind of, I don't know, maybe there's just too many ideas at once that he's trying to put, or maybe he's like, I don't know, like, it's a solid 6 out of 10. It's a mediocre book. It's, part 2 of the story. Maybe the story is gonna, ramp up. Maybe he's writing them, but you can't do that. Like, if you're writing them in with a thought process, like, okay, after, like, if you read them, back to back, it's really good. But like, we all read it like, months apart in single issues, and the cliffhanger, like, it is kind of cheap. That he goes to a Jane Foster that as she works in a morgue. It's kind of a cheap cliffhanger. It's like, yeah, cool, right? But what can I say? I feel like this cliffhanger with something like that is going to repeat. I have a good feeling about it, right? I haven't read the whole issue number 11, but I have a good feeling that this is kind of going to continue, which is a really cheap cliffhanger, to be honest. But hey, it is what it is. So 6 out of 10 for me. It's not the worst, but also not the best Donny Cates work on Thor. Hopefully it's gonna pick up, right? It's gonna be a lot better. And, do I really want Jason Aaron to come back? Yes, because I feel like Jason Aaron is the author of Norse mythology in Marvel. Hands down. He can give me whatever. Like, I saw that Valkyrie, Jason Aaron, I'm like, I'm in. I don't like Valkyries, but I'm in, because that's Jason Aaron doing, the mythology stuff. And he did so much, So I feel like maybe not even nostalgia, I just liked the story so much that he presented. So maybe that's also that. And, those are like really tough shoes to fill in after. So I'm still giving that we're 10 issues in. I'm still giving a chance to Donny Cates. I'm like, all right, Donny, come on. 10 more issues. Come on, mate. We gotta be good. Right, better be good. So 6 out of 10 is somewhere in the middle issue, and to be honest, the art is okay. What else can I say here, right? So thank you guys so much for watching this review. Hopefully you'll be watching the next one. So yeah, take care, goodbye, have a fantastic rest of the day. Take care, bye.